It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Drop the mic. Hi guys! Yes, it's a new hair braid do. It's gonna be my thing for a while, for many reasons. But anyway, if you're seeing me for the first time, yes, I normally wear other hair extensions, but we are going with this at the moment. And if you are thinking of rejoining me, why don't you just hit the subscribe button? If you're watching on your TV, it's right in the center there. If you're watching on your phones, it's somewhere here. Yeah, it should be here. But anyway, wherever you see subscribe, please just click on it and it would do something magical. It would turn gray or it would say subscribed. And all of a sudden, like by the magic of social media, we are friends. So I want you to do that for me because YouTube is telling me that 57% of you or thereabouts, you're watching but you're not subscribing. I would love to have you. I'm not that bad. Yeah, I'm good. Don't listen to the rumors. I am very, very nice. Anyway, today we are going to debunk some of the myths around vintage or secondhand clothing, because based on what I'm seeing, based on the narratives, the negative narratives around vintage or secondhand shopping, thrifting, it hasn't encouraged much thrifting until it became cool. It's cool now, but I still want to just emphasize that the myths around thrifting, it's wrong. And these days, some people have the narrative around thrifting or buying secondhand that wanna poor shame you. Don't make anyone poor shame you. So with that said, guys, I'm going to share some really, really exciting pieces with you today. And of course, I've shopped them secondhand. And they are pieces that are in the colors and the fabrication that I love, because you guys know, like ages ago, we have established my mantra on here, which is fabric, fit, and style. And while sometimes I may somehow, I may not follow the fit aspect of it that much, because I do love a little oversize, and you would see the reason why. My definition of fit is what fits me, what I think fits me the way I want it to fit. With that said, I'm going to leave you some tips on how you could be imperfectly sustainable. Let's get into this. Oh my gosh. Okay, which should I go first? So the first thing I want to establish is that my wardrobe is comprised about 80% of thrifting items. It used to be almost 99.9, particularly when I just moved to Canada, but now it's about 85%, because I've brought Zara into my life. Yeah, I introduced Zara into my life, and at one point I got hooked. Thank God. Therapy is so good. I am now about 6 or 7 years clean of Zara. Yeah. Well, not only Zara, and that is not to say I may not buy something that I absolutely like if it's in the right fabric, but I am no longer really buying new. Only if it's maybe a store that is socially responsible, that has in place a system where you could reuse, you could repair and recycle, and that they are collaborating with secondhand companies that do offer those services, or just keeping things out of the landfill, that's giving things second life. So I love that. So hence the reason why I actually love thrifting. Also, at the same time, supporting sustainable companies with that in their mission statements. I am trying to have a wardrobe that I absolutely love, and based on one of the most important fabrics in my life. No, it's not necessarily linen nor hemp. We are dealing right now with the fall and the winter and even spring. Leather and suede. I am a leather suede junkie. And hold on. I am like that because I love materials that last forever. Items made of materials that could be passed down intergenerationally as long as it's your style. So I love that. Hence the reason why I love leathers, suedes, yes. And it has to be real. And because of the fact that I don't support the new production of leather items, my next option, which is the best option, is to buy on the secondary market. So because of that, I am like that hobbit in the ring. I see leathers and suedes and I'm like, precious. Yes. So I have to be careful. I have to be very mindful of over thrifting. But I'm aware of that. I am aware of that. I am aware of that. And I have to repeat that so that, yeah, it resonates and it sinks in, and that, yeah, it's deeply embedded into my system. I am aware of that. So therefore, I don't really over thrift. But I do have a couple pieces while I debunk the issues around thrifting. So one of the first things, or the first narrative around thrifting, is that thrifted pieces are often like nasty, ooh, disgusting, ooh, ooh. Anybody that thrift is like, unless of course it's Chanel or Hermes or Prada. Yeah, those are the best things to thrift. Listen, to each their own. But I know that for me, I found some amazing pieces that are not stinky. They're not smelly. They're in excellent condition. They're absolutely great. And I don't really bring project pieces into my wardrobe. And I don't really bring stinky pieces. If you lie to me on the secondhand market, it's gonna be sent back to you. So the pieces that I have, I'm really excited to share. This is the first piece, and I absolutely love it. It's a button-down brown chocolate. Ugh, chocolate. I love chocolate. My second favorite color in suede, in a button-down. Guys, newly produced pieces like these, you can get them for 200, 300. No, I don't have that resources. When I could find perfectly good pieces in good condition, still with all their buttons, and not stinky. But by the way, if you find an item that somebody sent to you and it's not dry clean in any way, quick tricks that you could use. You see your steaming iron? Yes, that one that a lot of people have these days. Yes, leathers and suedes, they could take it. And you know what it does at the same time? It kills any germs. If you're concerned about scent and germs, that the fact that it was on somebody else's body, yes, that's one thing that you could do to ease your mind, to make you sleep better at nights. Yeah. If that's your biggest world problem, then for sure, there's my tip. Utilize it. It works for me. But yes, this is an excellent piece that I plan on wearing with so many other complementary pieces that I'm looking at right now in my closet. For example, this pants, it's another thrifted piece. Guys, the brands are not necessarily the same, but complementary. That's the operative word there. I love this piece because it's a piece that you could just throw on, head outside, and again, it's in really, really great shape. It has the pedal pusher kind of style. This is a 1970s or 60s, 80s style even that I grew up with. And so I never really outgrew it. No, I never really did. I actually showed a pants that I paid so much money for. I think almost 500 Canadian dollars I paid for that red silk. It's 100% silk pants. And it's the same style. It's like, it's giving my Kama vibes. But I love that pants. It's really flattering. So when I saw this in 100% suede, and don't be fooled out there. There are so many items now on the market that are faux suede, faux leathers. I don't do them. No. They no longer enter my closet because they don't last. I've done a full set of videos, maybe 2 videos on that. Guys, don't be fooled by faux leathers. No matter how pretty it looks, it starts peeling and cracking. Like, even without wearing it, you don't get your cosper wear. But these, they are a testament of their time, because some of these are from brands that no longer exist. And I don't mean it because of the pandemic. No. Some of these are pieces that are from brands such as, well, Danier. Danier still exists in some parts of Canada, I believe. It no longer exists in my neck of the woods. But I've always loved Danier leathers. It was one of those places that I could never enter without feeling like an outsider, as if, you know, when sometimes you go into a store and you don't feel wanted. Yeah, that's how I used to sometimes feel in Danier, like they think you can't afford it, which was true at the time. I couldn't afford Danier, but I did buy a couple pants that I saved up for and was able to get them on sale. But I love Danier leathers, and they have stood the test of time, and it's not stinky because I made sure I asked. So that's one of the tips that you could do around that narrative that it's likely stinky on, or it's too overused. And ensure that whenever you're thrifting secondhand, that the lining is in excellent condition, that it doesn't look like they sweated a lot in it. And this is in really, really great shape. Even the label is a great testament of the condition, because if it was that bad, the label would definitely look all ratchet, and it's not. So I'm really happy about this piece, that I could just throw on when I'm running out for errands. I could also dress it up and dress it down. It's perfect. Fits seamlessly into my wardrobe, and I may likely pair it with this, but I'm also seeing a skirt that I never shared with you that would likely go nicely with it. And I've worn this skirt before. This is how I store my suede pieces. I turn them inside out. And often I try to place another layer of maybe soft piece of paper to protect the suede, so that it doesn't have that hanger crease. Yeah, because it could be a turn off. It's not a turn off for me, but for some people it is. And so yeah, so this is what I would likely pair with the top. I actually have two skirts I could pair with the top. So I could use these two. Really, 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 really complimentary. I love that. Or I could also use this maxi skirt, a midi skirt that I got probably in 2023. Yeah, I think in 2023. But anyway, I've styled this piece before, and you guys have seen it. I love it. It may look grandma-ish, but oh my God, it matches perfectly with this. So that's why I say, whenever you're shopping, just ignore the narrative that things are stinky. Based on my experience, it's not. Yeah, this is not to negate the fact that there are people out there that may sell stinky stuff. Beware of it. And the great thing right now is that these platforms where you buy, and be mindful of where you shop, they police these items, and there are some platforms that when you receive your items, they would say, here's your grace period, check your items, make sure that they are in the conditions as described, and that includes smells. You could send it right back. And hopefully it's a natural material that could, at least when it is in the landfill, that it could, deteriorate at a quick rate. Biodegradability is key. Anyway, so hopefully I get to try this with these two skirts and see which one it goes with better, because this is gonna be a really versatile piece for me for work and at play, for my 9 to 5 and for my 5 to 9s. Yes. It's good, isn't it? It's so yummy. Just as I envisioned. Guys, I had a dream when I bought this blouse. That's all brown pieces everywhere in my closet would come together as one and would make me the perfect outfit that one day all the brown pieces okay, now seriously, on a serious note, this is just beyond sumptuous. It's beyond chocolate like finger licking good. Yeah. 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 I did this. Look at the details on the waist. And just like that, we have another brown combo. Which do you like better? Which does it suit better? I think for the midi skirt, it looks absolutely phenomenal, as if it was made for it. This, of course, it works, but this is little bit snug. I would tend to be a bit bulkier around here because of the suede on suede. So yeah. The hat is just a little prop, but I'll remove it. Yeah, and this is the fit. So for this, I would actually be a bit more creative when I'm styling the pants because it is of course bulky. So I'll wear my Fendi vintage shoes, slingbacks, grab my Dior belt. I would fold this under, and this is how I'm going to wear it. So this is what I'll do. I'll add this to this, and I'll insert it in the loops, and you'll see what I do to this blouse just to make it work with this pants. My feet are very ashy. Hold on. So oftentimes I like to flip it backwards, and I love wearing it like that. But today we would just deal with this hack. You could flip this underneath as well and show more of the belt if you like. But I love when it's hanging down like this too. And of course, another trick you could do is you could unbutton the sleeve and attach it up here to where you're comfortable. Voila! I actually love this look, and of course you could belt it just to give it more interest. Tell me this doesn't look like something you would buy at a high-end market. Yeah, that's how I do it on here. Boom. Okay, I'm just excited. I'm just happy about the creative ways that I could style my pieces. Yeah. And of course, guys, I wear these in the spring as well. Yeah, they are not just confined to winter and fall. Yeah, I'm not that stupid. Yeah. Not that anybody's stupid, but some people like to be very season specific with their items, and as long as I could still wear it, I wear it. The next narrative around thrifting, which really pisses me off a lot, yeah, is that, it's so passé. It's so 1960s. It's so 1950s. It's out of style. It's not trending. That's not trendy. You're not in style. You're not on trend. You're out of style. Really? Seriously? You're going to tell me what's my style? Yeah. And of course, you could thrift your style. Whatever your style is. Don't make anybody tell you what your style is. If my vibe is your vibe and you could find inspiration from me, welcome aboard. I'm so happy to have you. If it's not, guys, there are tons of other people out there. But I have my own classics and nobody could tell me otherwise. And that's why I love pedal pushers, as I've just shown you. So the next item that I have is a short leather pants in navy blue. One of the other flattering colors that just look absolutely amazing. I love this. I love this. Brand new, and it's not. Also, again, it's from Danier. It's like the revenge of Danier for me right now is unbelievable, because these are pieces I could have never afford otherwise. Which brings me to the other narrative around thrifting. Don't make anyone thrift shame you, because right now there is this narrative around sustainability being the new poor, that you're only sustainable because you can't afford newly produced 5,000, 2,000 items. I don't care. I don't care. I love it. I don't care. If you want to poor shame me, I don't care. I'm living within my means. This is what I could afford. And most importantly, it's my value system. I am representing my value system. Sustainability for me is not about being poor. Poverty, it doesn't really define you as much as it refines you. At least based on my experience. It's not a good thing to be in. But don't make anybody define you based on your poverty. Don't make them shame you because you live in a poor neighborhood or because you could afford certain things. The quality of a person is their value system. Is the deeply embedded value system, and some people don't have any. And when you don't have a GPS around your values, you are lost. That's why so many people tend to be unhappy. That's why so many people they don't reach purse peace, because they think they could find happiness in buying the next new purse or the next new bag or the next new item, because they are lost. I'm not throwing shades, and this, please don't be offended if you buy stuff almost every month. It's a process. You need to recognize why you're not ever satisfied with what's in front of you. And often it's because of marketing. It's because the fear of missing out is real for many people. And that's because of the narratives around, you need to go put in your cart, you need to run and get this right now, or you're not cool, or you're not on trend. It's not a narrative that you need to live by. Focus on you and buy what you love and what you could afford. But ensure that it's in great condition, like this. Absolutely love this piece. Again, 100% leather in stunning navy blue. I just love it. Yeah, so sustainability is not the new pause. Sustainability for me is part of my value system. It's how I grew up. I grew up being sustainable, but sometimes when you enter different societies, you do get influenced, and so you lose your way. But at times that the universe often throws certain bumps in the way so that you return to reality and to what your actual value system is. It makes you not greedy. I am much more content, and so I like to buy things that are well aligned with my value system. So let's debunk that narrative that you only shop sustainably, secondhand, I mean, because there's also the narrative that being sustainable is also expensive. It's not. Because you know why? If you invest, and I mean your time and your money, in an item that is 100% leather or cotton or linen, that is newly produced from a brand that is well aligned with sustainability mantras or is socially responsible, it means that this is a brand that would have your back. If you pay, let's say, $100 for a pair of pants, and you still have the option where you could go back to them and they could repair it, yeah, like for a tiny fee or for free, and that at the end of that garment's life cycle, you could give it back to them, and they could at least give you a store credit for being that eco-friendly. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's not wasteful, because that item would last you much longer than any item that you buy fast fashion that is not of the same quality. You may buy 10 fast fashion items that would make you be on trend, but at the same time, they don't last. And they're easily disposable. And that company would never, ever ask you to bring it in for repair or to repurchase. And that's what we need to look for these days. Companies that when you buy from them, they could repurchase your item at some point, give you a store credit. That's what the future of fashion and consumption should be. Anyways, I say all that to say this: sustainable is not expensive, because you could reuse, repair, you could recycle, also upcycle. Yeah. The other piece I got